So much for listening. Save intentionally and give generously. This is The Ramsey Show.
Thought they were gonna.
Kelly, associate producer and phone screener for The Ramsey Show. If you would like to do your debt-free screen live on the show, make sure you visit theramseyshow.com and register. We would love for you to come to Nashville and tell Dave your story.
Yep, as soon as I say I thought they were going to talk, and Kelly talks. Just waiting a few to see if we'll get anybody into the chat today. And I'm entering in links into the chat. What up, Sid? Let's see, donations. What up, Matty Bags? Episode number 181 today. I did not get that Christmas Eve episode in, so I did that one Christmas Day at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Sid's Hubs Cocoa test was negatory, good buddy. Excellent. Does he have any cold symptoms, Sid? Could have just a regular cold or something. Alrighty. No more Christmas, so unfortunately, yeah, I feel the same way. But of course, there's still songs. There's always at least one song to sing. Listen for the drum taps. Oh, I'm gonna shut the fan off. One moment. Chat window out of the way so I can see if I'm centered mostly. All right. Unusual amount of nausea and fatigue. Alrighty. Auld Lang Syne. Yeah, I might do a little Auld Lang Syne. That'd be a good idea for what night is the... Is that Friday? That is Friday night. Okay, so yeah, maybe Friday night we'll do that. But for right now, listen for the drum taps. Like all plans, it starts with step one. $1,000 emergency fund. Step 2, you'll pay off all your debt. Except mortgage, we don't do that yet. So pay off your consumer debt. Every one of the charges, from smallest to largest. Baby step 3 is next. Full emergency fund of expenses. Stay gazelle intensive. His name is Dave Ramsey, and this is his plan. And I hope to meet him. I admire the man. I've messed up in my life, but these steps have made it right. That's why I go, that's why I go. And why I host this after show. If you don't like results you're getting now, you should do the baby steps And if you want to have financial peace, then you should do Dave's baby steps. Step 4 is when you can take a breath. Go less gazelle and invest. Step 5 is to save for your kids. No student loans at all for college. 6 is to pay off your home. Step 7, build your wealth and keep it all yourself. And you've lived like nobody else. Now you get to live large, and now you get to give so large. His name is Dave Ramsey, and this is his plan. And I hope to meet him. I admire the man. I've messed up in my life, but these steps have made it right. That's why I coach, that's why I coach, and why I host this YouTube show. If you don't like results you're getting now, you should do the baby steps. And if you want to have financial peace, you should do Dave's baby steps. Trumpet, take it home. Live from Columbus, OH. It's the Ramsey Show Aftershow show brought to you by Tina Share, the Queen of Sheba. Here we talk about the Ramsey Show YouTube chat, and the people in it, and all things financial, and whatever else I want to talk about. I'm your host, Coach Steve Money. I'm a certified Ramsey Solutions financial coach, and you can schedule a free consultation assessment at calendly.com/Coach Steve Money. The link's at the top of the chat and also in the video description below. You can email me about anything, yes, anything, at CoachSteveMoney@gmail.com. You can also reach me on the gram. Instagram, that would be Coach Steve Money, no spaces. And if you'd like to donate to the channel so I can make it better, paypal.me/Coach Steve Money. All right, back to the chat. What up, Spring? Entering in mileage. Spreadsheet's all current except for a week or so. All right, get them current. Spreadsheets got fried. Oh no, the computer didn't die, did it? I said, today's Ramsey Show host on a New Year's week replay. Going to be replays all this week, but I will be live each one of the days. And that computer is fine. Spring reports, excellent. Where was I? New Year's week replay. All this week's going to be replays. And the hosts for today were the host of the Entree Leadership, Borrowed Future, and the Fine Print Podcast. That's Mr. George Camel. Yeah, I messed up. All right. Go on. There we go. George hosts 3 podcasts. They don't cost a cent. Borrowed Future, Entree Leadership, and the Fine Print. Opened up YouTube, saw the thumbnail was camel. It's always fun with George on the panel. Ayo wears ASOS and Deloney wears flannel. No one does it better than our guy George Camel. And co-hosting with him, of course, was friend of the Aftershow, author of Redefining Anxiety and host of the John Deloney Show. And they always get me for copyright claim on this one. Worth it though. Ooh, we call him Dr. D, as you can see, but his parents named him John Deloney. Ooh, he's got 2 PhDs, 2 more than me. Plus, he's got some other certs. John Deloney, never gonna stop. Gives advice, such a brilliant mind, he always sorts it out. Has the clout of the healing kind. John, 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 woo! John Deloney. Ooh, he takes a call and then he twirls his pen and he saves the day again. John Deloney, ooh, this dude has got some range. Season of change is what you're going through, says John Deloney. Never gonna stop, gives advice, such a brilliant mind, he always sorts it out. Has the clout of the healing kind. John, 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 woo! John Deloney. John Deloney. Broke my pen. Set a brilliant mind, anxiety redefined, and put in a quick read by John Deloney. Wealth and illness has to face, they didn't place, but they probably still had fun with John Deloney. Never gonna stop, gives advice, such a brilliant mind, he always sorts it out. Has the clout of the healing kind. John, 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 woo! John Deloney. John Deloney. John Deloney. John Deloney. Alrighty. Let's see. Spring was on a public computer and the stupid thing shut down before it could safely remove hardware. Yep. Number of files were toasted. Fortunately, not the entire flash drive. Excellent. Excellent. Market report. And it is everything up today. Awesome. Led by the NASDAQ, just 0.01% over the S&P. The S&P a new record today. As you can see, new record for the S&P 500. The NASDAQ, I don't think so. Nope, still trying to get back to that November 19 mark of 16,057. Maybe tomorrow. Dow Jones up almost 1%, and Russell trying to get there as well, 0.89%. Let's see, anybody fun? Walgreens Boots Alliance. I don't know what that is, if that's just what they call the Walgreens stock. I don't know. Conagra Brands. Bed Bath and Beyond. There was used to play a game called World of Warcraft, and there was a guild in that called Bloodbath and Beyond. Fun. Constellation Brands, I can't remember what they make. I have heard of them as well, though. Most followed single stocks on the Google. Apple and Microsoft both up 2.30%. A rare non-3-point move for Tesla today. 2.5% up. Artist formerly known as Facebook Meta Platforms, 3.26%. Amazon down 0.82%. For some reason. Check out how the rest of the planet is doing. Mostly up in Europe. Mostly up in Asia. Euro up on the dollar up on the Japanese yen. The British pound is up on the US dollar. The Canadian dollar all over the US dollar today. Actually, just a little bit. 0.22%. And the Australian dollar might kicking the US dollar bottom. Our pals in the crypto mostly up today. Ethereum down negative 0.5% there. And of course that keeps going. Oh, and also Dogecoin down 0.81%. And of course those keep going. Again, I always forget to check to see if that trades 24 hours or not, if that's tracked 24 hours. But it definitely goes past 4 p.m. when the U.S. stock market closes. Yeah, I think we got everything from there. Story from Market Watch, but it's reprinted on MSN, so that's how I can read it. Otherwise, I don't think I'd be able to read it. Dow up 250 points. S&P aims for closing record. It did get as tech, energy drive stock, market higher. And yeah, since it's so close, let's look at it again here. Yeah, since the S&P is so close to the NASDAQ's not up enough probably for me to get the win in fantasy mutual funds for today. I definitely didn't win. Kel so far in the lead, but we need AJ and Troy story to report for the December 23rd before Christmas. I think we just needed the title from here. Dow Jones 273 points, or 0.8%. Heading towards the fourth highest close ever. All right. Well, the alone tells you that didn't reach a new high. About this, U.S. from Yahoo News, from news.yahoo.com. The U.S. retail sales up 8.5% this holiday season. That's a festive looking mall right there. That's fun. U.S. consumers were in the mood to spend this holiday season, with retail sales soaring 8.5% over last year. A study released Sunday showed online sales were up 11% and in-store sales were up 8.1% between November 1st and Christmas Eve, according to MasterCard Spending Pulse study. They got their finger on the pulse of your spending. The increase, which was the strongest in 17 years, does not reflect automobile sales. Well, that's fine. How many automobiles are being given for Christmas? That also would be, well, let's Google that. I'm interested enough in that to find out. How many new cars are given as Christmas presents each year? Take your bets now. Cars is Christmas. Let's see. How do people? Bum, bum, bum. All right, and not saying. Let's go up here to this one, Forbes, if it'll let me read it. And okay. All right, look what I'm doing. I'm letting this page go. All right, so just because I want to know here, let's see. Boom, boom, boom. The chart shows for each December since 1967 the ratio of December sales to surrounding monthly sales, with an adjustment for the number of selling days in each month, of course. December has been a weak month for car sales for many years until recently. Now cars are a mildly positive product for December sales. For comparison, total retail sales run about 80% higher than normal in December. Interesting. So car dealerships don't see December as make or break month, but as an opportunity. All right. I am not seeing an amount. Let's go back and check one more story. Boom, boom, boom. Maybe consumer. Do people really get new cars for Christmas? That's right, because you do see the commercials that have the bows on them. Maybe it's coincidence. Last 4 years, December has been the #1 sales month for cars, trucks, and SUVs. Do they really, or is it a myth? Boom, boom, boom. I mean, I guess they don't know how many. Americans bought 166 million cars last December, but it's difficult to pin down how many were gifts. New York Times reported, thank you, New York Times, reported that cars as presents represent 10% or more of December sales for luxury auto dealers. That would be more than 22,000 luxury vehicles based on automakers' sale figures. So about 22,000, and I guess that's just in the United States. So 22,000 is a lot of Christmas cars. Cool deal. Thanks for coming down that rabbit hole with me. Appreciate it. Where were we? Here's where I got. Right there is where I got sidetracked. Does not reflect automobile sales. So, consumers splurged throughout the season, said Steve Sadove, senior advisor for MasterCard and former CEO of Saks Incorporated. The boom saw apparel and department stores experiencing strong growth as shoppers sought to put their best dressed foot forward, he said. He worked on that a long time, I bet. Americans flocked to clothing, which experienced a 47.3% increase in sales year to year, as well as jewelry, with a 32% increase. The period included several weeks before the Omicron, or is it Omicron? I think it's Omicron. COVID-19 variant spread widely in the United States. Department store sales were up 21.2%, while electronic products experienced 16.2% growth. It's been a resurgent season for retailers as consumers stock their carts with gifts and gadgets, MasterCard said. The study also indicated that U.S. households made their purchases earlier than in years past, including to lock in guaranteed by Christmas delivery. Yes, you had to do that earlier this year. This from CNBC's Make It section. I think it's pronounced, I think it's financial technical. So it'd be what? FinTech. A FinTech expert. Top 6 crypto predictions. Bitcoin hitting $100,000 is ambitious but hardly insane. James Ledbetter is a contributor to this. 2021 was a wild year for crypto, despite Bitcoin's recent plunge, for example, as documented here on the After Show. Its price has still risen by more than 70% in the past year. Yeah, which also is documented right here. More important, Bitcoin and the other cryptocurrencies have made tremendous strides, not just in valuation. Today, the cryptocurrency market capitalization is estimated at $2.5 trillion, more than double a year ago, but also in growing acceptance. If they say so. One mid-year survey estimated there were 221 million cryptocurrency holders, more than twice the number in January. And this year, El Salvador declared Bitcoin to be legal tender. That would be the opposite of China, where they declared cryptocurrency to be nothing. And several countries, including the U.S., have issued some form of Bitcoin-based ETFs. At the same time, we saw the severe backlash against cryptocurrencies. China has been among the most explicit countries in cracking down, both evicting crypto miners and banning most cryptocurrency transactions for its billion-plus citizens. India is considering similar measures. Okay, so this is all this guy's predictions. He's predicting many El Salvadores, which means they will see it as mainstream currency adoption. It may not always take the form of legal tender, but financial institutions will increasingly embrace cryptocurrency because customers are demanding that it be part of their portfolio. Okay, that's what he thinks. Also, another prediction. Expansion in secondary or derivative markets. Let's see. In February, Canada's Purpose Investments launched what it claims to have been the world's first Bitcoin-based ETFs. Less than a year later, it has some $1.4 billion under management. There's no reason this can't be duplicated 10 or 100 times in markets outside the U.S. And although it's been reluctant to do so, the Security and Exchange Commission could approve a Bitcoin crypto ETF in 2022. Individual investors are also increasingly likely to realize that they can build profit in a crypto portfolio despite the risk and borrow against it, extending the crypto ecosystem. All right, none of this is Dave Ramsey recommended. Not only building profit in a crypto portfolio, but second, borrowing money against that. 3, the Ethereum war will go on. A fascinating competition has developed in recent months between crypto titan Ethereum and several crypto blockchains that present themselves as faster and cheaper. The end of big tech competition for now. It's been a year of remarkable retreat by tech behemoths that once dreamed of crypto domination. Meta, formerly known as Facebook, has dragged its feet for years about their digital currency, now called Diem. The recent departure of Meta's head of cryptocurrency, David Marcus, all but guarantees that even if Diem makes it out of the starting gate, it will be irrelevant. All right. The departure follows Google's announcement in October that it will not pursue its ambitious plans for a full-blown payment and banking service. The departure of humble tech companies should represent a growth opportunity for existing cryptocurrency and stable coins. 5, government backlash will continue. Okay, I will second this prediction. Yeah, they want to get some of the money. That's, they want to tax those transactions. The more the world wants crypto, the more certain governments want to crack down on it. Technologically, banning crypto is all but impossible, but governments can make it very hard for citizens to trade by defying licenses to exchanges, for example. In the US and Europe, expect more scrutiny about the climate impact of cryptocurrency mining. Lots of electricity needed for that. And finally, as final top 6 crypto prediction is volatile growth for the biggest coin. Sometimes crypto roller coaster can distract from the fact that overall market for the largest coins was way up in 2021. It was. There's no obvious reason to think that a pattern will change in 2022. It depends on what regulations happen. I would assume that would greatly impact it. Boom, boom, boom. There's could hit 100,000 in 2022. Ambitious, but hardly insane. What investors and would-be investors need to accept is that it could also drop another 20% on its long journey to height. That is true. Yeah, it could very well. Oh, let's see, 100,000. Let's go back and hit that again and see. It's 50,791 right now. So that would be double. So if you want to look at the life of it, as you can see, most of it's from the past 2 years. So let's go to 5 years. That didn't make it much better. Let's try one. Okay, so this is the last 1 year since January 1st, 2021. And so it's right there right now. And so it would be, I don't know if you guys can see my cursor, it would be like way up here. It would be 100,000. And so that's some doing it's got to do. But as you can see, it went up 93% this year. So it did. So I mean, I did double, but it doubled from doubling it, doubling from 26,000 to 50,791 is quite different from it doubling from 50,000 to 100,000. That's a lot more zeros, babe. Actually, not a lot more zeros, but just to get the 1 0 is a lot. Okay. This is from Adobe. No, it's seekingalpha.com, and it's about Adobe versus Meta Platforms when the Titans clash. Clash of the Titans. The social media titan is clashing with the creative titan to compete for the creator economy, e-commerce, and computing platforms. Adobe is a formidable competitor with a deep and wide moat and may ultimately severely hinder Meta Platforms' ambitions in these niches. Both companies are undervalued based on EPS and DCF valuation models, yet only one faces fundamental deterioration in its business. Well, which one is that? I believe that Facebook's best days are behind. Investors should begin to look elsewhere if they want exposure to the burgeoning Web 3.0 future. Yeah, the metaverse may seem like a natural extension for Facebook, but I believe this expansion is outside of the company's core competencies. Yeah, and I mean that could be because you're you know, do you really want to be on the platform your grandparents are on, that kind of thing, so the kids won't like it. Kids won't like it at all. Holiday, this is from CNBC. Holiday shopping fuels the return of credit card debt. Key points. Jessica Dickler. Thank you for the article. Again, CNBC.com. After paying off a record $83 billion in credit card debt in 2020, Americans are on track to end this year back in the red. Credit card balances are expected to continue to rise in 2022, according to one forecast. Holiday shopping return with a vengeance this year, but going into debt is one gift you can't return. You got that right, Jess. Forgot her name for a second. Americans paid off record $83 billion in credit card debt in 2020, helped by government stimulus checks. That would be your COVID money that one caller today on the Ramsey show replay said she paid off a little bit of her student loan money. Spring still working on that, entering in that mileage. She's got February and working them on March now. Thanks for letting me be your background as you enter in mileage. Overall credit card balances rose by $17 billion in the third quarter of 2021, according to the most recent data from the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. In the fourth quarter, fueled by the return of holiday plans, consumers charged billions more. Now on track to end up with $70 billion more in credit card debt, according to a projection by personal finance site Wallet Hub. Average households card balance is now $8,006. Wallet Hub found. Oh, okay. So that's your comma right there to delineate the number, and then that's a comma for grammar. Balances are expected to continue to rise in 2022, ending the first quarter as much as 10% higher than a year ago. Yeah. People gonna get in credit card debt. Interesting. Debt by product type and age bracket. That's interesting. It's a fun chart. And this is the kind of chart that you can do if you make a spreadsheet, and you can have it show you a bar graph just like this. Consumer landscape is starting to more closely resemble the pre-Pandy era, said Charlie Wise, head of global research and consulting at TransUnion. He probably makes a decent amount of money doing that. However, credit card debt is particularly hard to pay down, especially with average annual percentage rate at more than 16%. Oh my gosh. I know most of us are Ramseyites. I know most of us were in credit card debt at one point. And I don't remember being in any that were that much debt. Not that much for debt. That much annual percentage rate on the interest. I don't remember ever having any of that much. That makes me want to break out in hives almost. When consumers get in over their heads, there are some obvious implications. The credit scores could go down, and that could increase the cost of future borrowing. You should go into every purchase with an eye on the future. That's right. And that's what the credit score does, is affects your future borrowing. Now, if you don't do future borrowing, you don't need a credit score. If you're going to get a house, you can get a mortgage with manual underwriting. You do not need a credit score. Alrighty, this from Fox Business. I also had to kill the ad block on this page as well. They wore me down, but I'm just doing it page by page as I need it. Today, not the entire site. Today's mortgage and refinance rates dip for shorter repayment terms. Look, that's today, December 27th, 2021. This looks like my ex-wife's neighborhood. She got engaged recently. Best of luck to her. Congratulations. Let's see. Okay, so the shorter terms, the 15-year fixed mortgage rate and the 10-year fixed, both went down. The 20 and 30-year stayed unchanged. And that's basically all we need there. On the Wall Street Journal, the $900 billion cash pile inflating startup valuations. SPACs and venture capitalists are plowing money into startups at a record rates, looking past worries about lofty valuations. We can only read a little bit. Investors are defying a share price slump for newly public companies to make hundreds of billions of dollars available to startups a cash pile that promises to inject a torrent of money into early stage firms in 2022 and beyond. Special purpose acquisition companies, that's your SPAC, which take startups public through mergers, raised about $12 billion in each of October and November, roughly doubling their clip from each of the previous months. Deal Logic data show. So far in December, 3 SPACs a day are being created. While that is below the first quarter's record pace, it brings the total amount held by the hundreds of SPACs seeking private companies to take public in the next 2 years to roughly 160 billion. So yeah, and that's that's great if that company you're taking public is Apple, but not so much if it's Enron or something else that failed. Spring was gonna work on January budget, but really needs to finish recreating this spreadsheet. Yes. So many spreadsheets, so little time, right, Spring? That's from Wall Street Journal. Most popular news: AT&T cuts retire benefits. What it means to be fully vaxxed is changing. Omicron pushes daily case higher. Germans' foreign surpluses are falling, fulfilling a U.S. demand. White-collar employee salaries start to swell. Well, I don't have a white collar on, so that's not fun for me. Alrighty, and lastly, from the Jerusalem Post, that's jpost.com, a man was banned from leaving Israel for 8,000 years over child support payments. He has had a stay of exit order against him since 2013 and can't leave until he makes $3.34 million in child support payments. That's a lot of money. And always an Australian man. Australian man has been reportedly subjected to an 8,000-year exit ban and will not be allowed to leave Israel until the year 9,999 due to unpaid child support. News Australia reports. Noam Hupert, a 44-year-old foreign national of Australia, has had a stay of exit order against him since 2013 and cannot lift the order until he makes an outstanding $3.34 million in child support payments. The total in the year 2013 was roughly 7.5 million, whatever that thing is. Israeli, whatever the Israeli money is, I guess that is, but it equals 3.34 million. Mr. Hupert, who works as an analytical chemist for a pharmaceutical company, so he's probably making bags, told News Australia. Israeli courts had ruled Hupert owned NIS, that's some kind of National Infant Services, maybe, $5,000 per month for each child until they turn 18. How many? Since 2013, I'm locked in Israel, adding that he was one of many Australian citizens that have been persecuted by the Israeli justice system only because they were married to Israeli women. The laws regarding child support are unclear, though it seems that the year 999 was set because it's the highest possible date that fit in the field. All right. I was thinking ahead. We'll see. If you think ahead, we remember back to the year 2000. You remember ahead to that. Remember they would hard code the 1 and the 9 to begin with, and then you had just the last 2 zeros. So they had to redo all the software to be able to change those first 2 digits. All right, so we got the gist of this one. I'm just trying to see just how many. Yeah, he doesn't. It doesn't say how many children he has. 3.34 million. 5,000 per month for each child until they turned 18. I don't know. It seems like there's a lot. It seems like that would be a lot. Like more than 3 or 4 is what I'm guessing on that. Do not know. If I remember, I'll think about that. Oh goodness! All right. Upcoming streams. Oh, let's do the check to see if we were so blessed to get another subscriber during the show today. And no, we were not. That's all right. That's all right. Though, in a little over 1 hour, hour and 10 minutes from right now, I will be doing tech support or Ramsey coach support. I don't remember which one it is. Well, let's check. Why not? Playlists. Boom, boom, boom. I think it was. Let's try this one. This one was December 13th. So yes. No. That was December 13th, so it will be Ramsey Coach Support tonight. And I will be going to the Dave Ramsey subreddit and answering questions that are posed on there, as well as commenting on things that are commented on there. People post their milestones as far as the baby steps and so forth on there. It's not run by Ramsey Solutions, run by fans. They do allow negative things on there. Most times I ignore those. Every once in a while I will say something about it. Monday through Friday, including this week, which is New Year's Eve, which is New Year's week. Excuse me, New Year's week, and all of the Ramsey shows this week are going to be replays, but I'm going to be live. That is what a nice guy I am. So Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Again, live every single day, including New Year's Eve. And we'll probably do that Old Lang Syne. I'll definitely have to look up the words to that. Wednesdays, no set time, just whenever I can get it done. I have to get the new episode, Curse of Oak Island, watched. Prepare the pictures and write the script for it and record it and then upload it. And so sometime Wednesday that will happen. I believe tomorrow night there is no Curse of Oak Island episode, but there is a Digging Down episode, which is basically like behind the scenes kind of stuff. And like more actual interviews instead of just the normal format of the regular show. They interview them, and it's might be like a catch up type of thing as well. So we'll see what's in that, and then I'll recap that if there's some interesting stuff in that. Spring has not had to touch the E-Fund for the electrical issues. That may change, but so far so good. That's excellent. Wednesdays and Saturdays, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, Old Man Video Gaming, and I've been doing some bonus ones of those as well. And I've also, I also finally connected my PlayStation 4 to the computer, and that way I can play some of the PlayStation games on there. And I was showing Joy happened to be on, and I showed her how great the graphics were on this game. You can see on Ellie's hand there. You can see it's like it kind of like has a little bit of sweat on it. You can see the dirt on it. You can see the dirt under her fingernails. And it's awesome. It's this is Last of Us 2. It's one of my favorite games. And this part was fine for Joy because it was a lot of just riding horse in the forest. There was no violence towards infected or any people or anything like that. There was no shooting or anything like that, or no bad words at all or anything like that. But the game is rated M though. So I did get that happening, and as I said, I'll probably be doing more bonus old man video gamings, and including some of the PlayStation games. And I think that's it. Bella's been busy and she got the pandy. So it may be a while before we play father-daughter video gaming again. But whenever she can do that, we will. Let's do my plugs and I'll get out of here. This one right here, schedule free consultation. It's also up at the top of the chat and in the video description, and you can just click this right here and that will take you to calendly.com, and you can click on that. Click on the day you want the consultation, which is 100% free, and then you click the date, and then you click the time you want it, and it will alert me to that. Also have the P right here is for PayPal donations, and that is also right there and in the description and at the top of the chat. PayPal.me/CoachSteveMoney. Instagram is Coach Steve Money, no spaces. Spring has March entered, on to April. I assume you have the hard copies of that stuff. That's good. Always keep a hard copy too. Even if you have digital is great, but hard copy, in the case of if your digital copy gets corrupted or gone, then you have it. Make smart financial as well as technological decisions every day.